The English department hosted the Putrid Poetry Party, an event where faculty, students, and guests shared some of the most unintentionally hilarious poetry of William McGonagall and other individuals, which took place last Wednesday in room 145 at the Health and Sciences building. I met with Shelli Ochi, an English professor at Saddleback College and Putrid Poetry event organizer, to find out more. So we have the Putrid Poetry Party going on right now, and what is the purpose of the party? What are you trying to achieve with it?
We're trying to celebrate terrible poetry. So poetry that is unintentionally hilarious, like some of the poems that I wrote when I was in junior high, for example, or poetry by William McGonagall, who's known as one of the worst poets in the English language.
So you just like bad poetry?
I do. One of the other purposes of the event is to gather professors and let students come and meet some of us. We also have the head of the Oxford Study Abroad program here. We have one of the editors of Wall joining us, and we have a counselor who can answer questions about majoring in English.
All right, thank you very much. Only minutes after I spoke with Ochi, attendants and attendees began to read off their poems.
My love's as strong as a mid-ocean bridge. You shine like that rainbow bridge. Or like that light inside my fridge. You're my love guppy. For you I consume haggis, or live the joys of Bacchus, or live in sin with, like Dukakis. You're my love guppy. No time is too long for me to wait. For you I'd fight again.
I miss you miserably, dear, and I can't quite manage to face this unbearably large bed alone. I find myself avoiding sleep, busying myself with menial chores. So I pick up my guitar, stare at books with bleary eyes, get restless, then shave my armpits with your razor and cheap hotel soap.
I always knew you were the best. The coolest girl I know. So prettier than all the rest. The star of my show. So many times I wished you'd be the one for me. But never knew I'd get like this. Girl. What you do to me.
Oh, ill-fated bridge, the silvery Tay, I must now conclude my lay by telling the world fearlessly, without the least dismay, that your central girders would not have given way, at least many sensible men do say, had they been supported on each side with buttresses.
Homework, I love you. What more can I say? I love to do hundreds of problems each day. You boggle my mind and you make me go blind, but still, I'm ecstatic that you were assigned.
Did you have a favorite poem or line that you heard?
The Justin Bieber one was pretty funny because you don't expect an artist like that to write poetry.
What was your favorite part of it?
It's just because the poems are funny and silly. It's kind of interesting to see all the educators up there, but they're just talking silly nonsense, and that's kind of out of the norm of school. So it's just kind of like take a moment to relax and not take everything so seriously. So I think that's kind of enjoyable.